What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back once again. Thank you for tuning in to the message. So, I know it's been a little bit of a delay on the uploads recently, but we'll see how it goes. The internet here in Costa Rica is a little bit slow, as I was saying, so I'm just kind of finding my flow throughout that and seeing what I choose to do essentially. But today, what I want to talk about is my spiritual awakening. So, see, my spiritual awakening started in high school around I would say it started in grade 10, but it really kicked off in grade 11. And then grade 12, whew. So for me, how I started was, I was just curious. I'm gonna sit down right here. I was just curious, you see, about the world, and more importantly, my place within the world. And to me, it seemed that there was something wrong. I took a look at 9/11. I took a look at the government. I took a look at history. And the facts just didn't add up. So, how did diving deep into conspiracies help me awake spiritually? See, when I finally seen the world not as I wanted to see it, but as it actually is, then I began to say, okay, I get that. And I was depressed. I'm not even kidding. During this time, around grade 11, I was real depressed on myself. Like, not many people knew it, but I was pretty damn depressed, you know? I was just playing video games pretty much all day, just like, damn, like, look at the world. What could I ever do? Why am I here? Da-da-da-da-da. Why is this world like this? And from there, though, I started to build this fire. With those questions and with that depression, what it did was, it basically, one day I just essentially stood up and I said, I'm done living like this. I'm watching these celebrities live the life of their dreams. I'm done. It's time to live within my own dream, to live the life of my dreams. And when I stood up and made that decision in grade 11, everything for me changed. I started to come into information about the third eye. I started to learn about auras, just a bunch of different things, you know, spirits, demons, angels, gods, ghosts, all of that, and much, much more. And that was just the start. See, I started to understand what a human was fully capable of doing when their chakra system is activated and aligned, you see. I built a self-interest in acquiring knowledge. And through my pursuit of acquiring knowledge, I began to acquire knowledge of self. And then this is what sparked my spiritual journey, my spiritual awakening. Because the more questions I began to ask, the more answers began to emerge within my own being, you feel me? It was like I had a question, but I already had the answer before the question, and I just had to recognize that. So, my spiritual awakening in high school was totally like wavy. Like, I went from being the guy who showed up to parties at like 1 o'clock. Like, I showed up to parties at like 1 o'clock, like shit-faced drunk, you know, having fun, smoking weed all the time, all that. Playing video games, just having a good old time, chasing after girls. Being a teenager in high school, essentially. And then from there, I said, no. I'm going to start to love myself completely. Who gives a fuck what anybody thinks? And then, I lost a lot of friends, I'll put it like that. I lost a ton of friends in high school. Like, I was kind of the guy that was like super duper nice. So like people would just walk all over me. And so when I awoke spiritually, I said, no, that's not really going to happen no more. I'm actually going to stand up for myself and find that balance, you see? So that's what's up. And so from there, around the end of high school, I was like, you know, I was like a 95 average, like all throughout my life pretty much. You know, I was people call me the smart guy, but see, school really doesn't define your intelligence, people. It defines how well you can memorize and then regurgitate information, essentially, how well you listen to authority. around the end of grade 12, I started to recognize that, and I got real bored of school. Like, who wants to go to school and sit in a classroom for 6 hours a day learning about like simple stuff like mathematics and science and physics when I could go home and be on the computer learning about esoteric knowledge of self, about the chakras and what a fully activated human is capable of, how to lucid dream, how to astral project, what the third eye does, how to eat healthier, how to live healthy, how to be happy. You feel me? All these different things, you know? So how deep subjects work. You feel me? What words truly mean. What words are spells. How you speak becomes a bind. You feel me? So what are you speaking into existence? What words or worlds, or what are you whirling into this reality? You feel me? So from there, I began to dive into some deeper truths. I started to look into occult and esoteric and Gnostic wisdom. And that really sparked my spiritual evolution. When I began to do that, I seen that there was a whole lot they weren't teaching us in school. And I mean like secret wisdom. Like, you hear of the Illuminati, it's like, what do they know? Because you can know it. So for me, my journey was a pursuit for knowledge, and that allowed me to awake spiritually into who I truly am. I was in university after high school, and like just like at the end of high school, like I just stopped going to class. Like I would walk into my English class, and like we had this cool substitute, shout out to Miss Byard. Man, I used to walk in there and just be like, hey, can I have the work? And then I would just go on a hike with my bro and like do the work in the car or do it at home. Like I pretty much stopped going to school, and I mean this freaked my parents out. You know, my mom and dad, if you're watching this right now, I remember how you must remember how you feel, because it just like all of a sudden I was a 95 student, and all of a sudden I just stopped caring about school just like that one day. It's like I don't care. I don't want to go to school. I had some emotional breakdowns. I had conflict in the house, all that, and it was all because I awoke spiritually and I was not connecting with people that truly understood me and understood what I was going through. So basically, I ended up getting past high school, and I ended up going to university for a year. You know, I said, okay, maybe I can settle down. Like during my spiritual awakening, I kind of just recognized I want to help myself. I want to help others, because ultimately it's helping myself. And so I decided I wanted to become a psychologist. You know, before that I was an astronaut, and then it was a doctor, and then it was a hockey player, like a lot of different things that I wanted to be throughout my life. But I decided I want to be a psychologist, because actually during this time I found Infinite Waters on YouTube, and this guy, he was like, can I get a hello there? And so like he really helped me. See, that's another thing. Along my journey, mentors were essential. Mentors are essential. But recognize that all of life can mentor you. But when you find your reflections, when you find those mentors, you know, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. During that time, you will find the right mentors. But with that being said, when you on the early spiritual journey, it's very easy to be deceived, because you don't have the eyes to see. You feel me? Right at the start, you don't get that eye to see the truth and see past the deception, the lies. So you can easily fall into a lot of traps, and I definitely fell into a couple traps. So, but that's okay, because it was all part of the journey. It led me to be where I am today. It built me stronger. You feel me? So that's what's up. Anyways, so I was in university, and you know, same thing as high school. I was like in this class, and the teacher, I was in philosophy, thinking that like maybe I could actually like learn some good stuff, you know, because philosophy and spirituality, it's all kind of linked up together. I mean, spirituality is really linked with everything. But so I was in philosophy, and the teacher, like, nah, it just wasn't for me. Like the things I was learning, I was like, no. Like I was like in the meantime watching like B.O.B. tweet on Twitter about flat earth in philosophy class, like paying more attention to that than paying attention to the actual philosophy class. So that's where I was essentially. I had my car at this point, and I was in university, but just wasn't vibing with me. I started skipping all the time, going hiking, playing video games again. Like, see, video games was kind of like, I don't know, it was fun, and I still play video games but you do it in balance. I'll put it like that. There has to be an equal balance between dark and light, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So Now, so in college and university, I just kind of hit that point where finally I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I really just don't care, and I just started failing all my classes. Like I stopped going to a bunch of my classes because like I just didn't care. It wasn't for me. I wasn't motivated. I didn't have that inner motivation. You feel me? So that then led me to basically drop out and go to Hawaii for 3 weeks with my bro. So shout out to my bro Spencer. I hope you're doing well, man. If you're watching this, wholeness and high vibrations to you. So anyways, I dropped out of university and my buddy was going to Hawaii, so he invited me. He said, come on, let's go. We went for 3 weeks. It turned into a full year. During that time, I metamorphosized into a butterfly, man. Like straight up. Like I'm just taking a flight. So the thing is like I had to listen to my intuition and follow my heart to get to Hawaii, to find my soul path. I had to awaken spiritually to who I truly was, to who I truly am. I am that I am. You feel me? All is self. So what it comes down to now is I've just been continuing upon my journey. You know, now I'm really diving into, you know, I'm 20, just so everyone knows. I'm 20, and I know that I have a lot more of my journey to go. But I'll just put it like this. I'm diving now into entrepreneurship and basically being able to sustain myself. So we're out here in Costa Rica now. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Cloudy day. Got the yoga mat right here. Just did some yoga before I turned on the video. But anyways, this is where my journey has led me, essentially. And so, why did I make this video? I made this video to share my story, to inspire you to go live the life of your dreams. Because that's what I've decided to do, and it's done through the will. It's done through the wheel. So find your will and assert it within your life, and then see the results that you want to see. Stop living a mediocre life. If you are, I mean, those that are watching this video, you're probably not living mediocre lives. You're probably living the best, most beautiful life possible, if you're resonating with this message. So thanks once again for tuning into the videos, beautiful people. If this inspired you, if this helped shed light on anything, maybe if you were just resonated with, if you feel like you went through something similar, you know, just drop a like, hit a comment. I would love to talk with you. I'm going to try to upload more videos consistently. I'll have to upload them at night, though, because it just takes too long in the daytime, so I'll probably just leave my laptop on at night and upload them, but that doesn't really matter. Anyways, have a wonderful day. You know, subscribe, hit like, comment, as I said. Come back to nature and free yourself. We get that balance like yin yang. You know what it is. All right. Bye.